So, while my character in the movie may be able to see the future, I also can. And I know what the future brings. I know that when you see Madam Web, you're gonna love it. In fact, I think you're gonna see it twice.
I, in fact, did not go and see this movie twice. Madam Web has got to be the worst superhero movie I've seen since Halle Berry's Catwoman. A film like this, even calling it a film right now feels like disrespect, but even a film like this should not be coming out in 2024. We should have left movies like this back in the early 2000s. It makes me so mad that this movie is actually shot pretty competently, but it's almost completely ruined by how weirdly this movie is edited, from jump cuts to zoom-ins. And the story, oh my god, the story is what suffers the most. I don't know why Sony keeps making these independent Spider-Man universe films, but also don't include Spider-Man in them for some reason. What sense does it make to make a cinematic universe surrounded by a superhero that you own but you don't use? No matter what anybody tells me, you cannot convince me that these films aren't used just to maintain the rights to Spider-Man, which are almost as in worse hands as DC is to Warner Brothers. I've been procrastinating making this video for so long just because this movie wasn't even so bad that it was painfully funny. It was a chore to watch, man. Like I said, I don't know who these movies are for. Clearly, I'm not the target audience, so I can only speak for myself and my own personal opinion. You might have loved the movie, and if you did, fuck you. I mean, that's just fine, all right? That's just fine, okay? It's just fine. So luckily for me, I kind of already have a list of things jotted down that I can just break down why this movie really grinds my gears, really pushes my buttons, really fashizzles my boy. If you don't, all right, let's just go down the list together, all right? Okay? Because I promise you, you won't believe me. You won't believe me, all right? All right, don't mind this, okay? We're gonna get to that, all right? First of all, for some reason, I will never understand why Sony loves to include either this mystical side of Spider-Man, because no matter what, no matter where you put it, it's never gonna fit. We're just gonna go down this amazing list that TikTok has provided us because I was losing brain cells watching this movie. Madam Web is born in a cave in Peru with the help of magic spider people, okay? Like I said, that part in the fucking trailer where she's like, my mom was seen with him after she was killed researching spiders.
I've seen that man before.
So who is he?
Ezekiel Sims. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
As soon as she's killed by the villain of the movie, and calling him a villain is kind of a fucking stretch. He's more of a cartoon, man. First of all, his name is Ezekiel Sims. In the comics, he's not even a villain. They try making him more like an inheritor, which is in the Spider-Verse comics, and he also appears in a few others. But essentially here, he's kind of the same thing, but for some reason, they just chose to, go with Ezekiel Sims. And strangely enough, he has some similarities to the character. You see him in a suit with like no shoes on at times, but then we have this ridiculously stupid looking evil Spider-Man costume, and the writing team thought that they were so smart with their foreshadowing. They constantly put, oh, she will come back here when she needs answers, and guess what, she comes back later when she needs answers. Oh my god, bro, fucking peak cinema. But all right, that's only like the first 10-15 minutes of the movie. All right, we can move past that. The movie's 2 hours. It can't be that bad, right? No, you'd be sadly mistaken. As you know, in the trailers, there are 3 Spider Women, right? And they've been heavily marketed. People were talking about how good the suits look. First of all, the only one that is barely passable is Sydney Sweeney's. Secondly, the logos look terrible. Her mask also sucks. All the masks suck, but Sydney Sweeney's also just looks really stupid. All right, and it sucks because it's also a plot element that they imply, like, oh, he couldn't figure out who these like Ezekiel Sims' whole conflict in the movies. He wants to kill them because he can also see into the future, but except he only sees his own death, which is at the hands of these 3 Spider Women, which I don't understand how they look like they could barely tackle a bagel, but that's what he's all shook up about, and he can't clearly see what these people look like, hardly concealing their faces, but apparently he needs this fucking fake ass oracle.
I've got transcripts of all the conversations today, no mention of Usher. I'm hacking into her email now, but this computer is running a bit slow. Perhaps if we didn't have dial-up.
Bitch, don't start with that we need another computer shit again. You say that shit every time a new iMac comes out. You ain't slick. You better make that deep boy work, bitch, and stop playing with me.
Yes, Daddy.
To use this 2003 technology, mind you, this for some reason this movie's taking place in 2003. and it has zero payoff because they were implying that they were going to take place and protect Spider-Man from after being born, but I think that got scrapped in the writing room. A lot of stuff got... I could tell this movie was Frankenstein, which is why I kind of feel bad for hating on it to a degree, because it is shot competently-ish, and I think that they had ideas, but it's Sony, all right? There's going to be hella studio interference, so I can get why the movie kind of sucks. Well, not kind, it does suck. I give this movie many excuses, all right? There's a lot of stuff that just completely you feel me? But yes, the three Spider Women never got their fucking powers during the whole course of the movie, and they're only seen in costume and in action at all during a damn near minute dream sequence in this fucking almost 2-hour movie. 2-hour movie. You only get to see them in a dream sequence. So for the whole movie, you're just stuck wondering, why are we following these characters? They're not interesting at all. They have the personality of a cardboard box, alright? They're all completely annoying as shit whenever push comes to shove. They're completely incompetent. They're written around in a way that makes them all fucking orphans, and it sucks because they go to extreme lengths to do this. One has a fucking parents that they just don't care about them. The other one, fucking parents got deported. That's gotta be some racist shit, bro. Because, like, why is it the only fucking Hispanic character in the whole movie, from what I can remember, all right? Remember, like, mind you, this movie did make me lose whatever 2 brain cells I had left in my fucking skull. So, take that with a grain of salt. But why is the only Hispanic character, as far as I know, the only one with deported parents? That shit is so fucking stupid. Evil Spider-Man, because, yeah, you know what? That's perfect. Ezekiel Sims is killed by a fucking large Pepsi sign, which makes zero sense. We've seen this man get hit by a taxi and an ambulance in one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Added to the list of random, useless backflips done by Spider-Man. Madam Web also gets fucking wanted for kidnapping, and the big takeaway is that she kidnapped those 3 girls. Not that, oh, evil fucking Spider-Man kills several cops in a subway station. That's what we take away from it. So it just seems really cheap and fucking lazy. And like I said before, Madam Web runs down evil Spider-Man in her car twice, but he's still alive. And yeah, sure, it's funny. Not intentionally funny, I think, but it's pretty funny. Peter Parker is born but not named, which makes zero sense. It's like they're teasing us with fucking Peter Parker and Spider-Man's inclusion. But oh, wait, I forgot. This movie isn't even included in the same timeline as Morbius and Venom, I think. And I actually like the Venom movies. They're not good, but I can enjoy them as being stupid and just having a good time if they're on. Like, if it was on, I would just let it play, right? Morbius is a whole different story. I didn't think we could get worse than Morbius, but we'll fucking give Sony a pat on the back for that, you know? We'll give Sony a pat on the back for that. Good job. You made a slightly worse movie than Morbius. You're fucking amazing, Sony. You're almost as bad as Disney, but Disney makes money, and they're barely fucking pulling in numbers from all the movies these days anyway. Madam Web inexplicably splits into 3 ghost-like copies of herself near the end of the movie. And this is kind of what her whole build-up was. Oh, you have no idea how powerful you are. I cannot stand movies or TV shows that hype up the main character so much through fucking useless exposition, talking about you have no idea how powerful you are, just so that they can try and keep our attention, so that we can eventually see them progress into being powerful, which in theory isn't a bad idea. It's just when you pan it out for so long and you make this character without the powers, right, because we're seeing them gradually progress to, you know, their full potential, seems so incompetent. By the time that they get kind of powerful, it feels like a waste of time. We see Madam Web do this one little move where she turns into 3 ghost-like copies, right? And she gets one-shotted right after. You know, like it was like watching somebody. She literally sold the special. She sold the special, right? It's like when you in Mortal Kombat, you're ready to do your fatality, but you get hit before you can do it, and now it's fucking wasted. Congratulations, you played yourself, bro. Dakota Johnson's acting. Everyone's acting, honestly. They're not terrible. Well, okay, they fucking suck. I'll be honest. They're not great, but at times I can tell that they are trying. And they almost at times make the fucking ridiculous script almost believable, but it's very inconsistent, and I can tell this movie was cut apart because it's paced like shit. Oh my god. out of nowhere we see the fucking Madam Web go back to Peru and then come back like it's nothing, just to have one little scene where she learns a bit more about what happened to her. God, there are so many points where she just says some cringe-worthy shit. She talks to her cat at home, talking about some us strays gotta stick together. Like, dog, shut the fuck up. But yeah, this movie is clinically fucking bad. Go see it with a friend and go get drunk and see it with a friend. Maybe it'll be bearable. But for me, I'd rather both sides of my pillow be hot in the summer than deal with this shit. Because this is gonna be the worst movie I've seen this year. That being said, what did you think about the movie? I would personally love to make a video, you know, a positive video about something I'm excited for or like to watch. These are the only videos that get the views, but damn, man, there are more movies out there than Marvel movies and shit. So honestly, just try something new, or go touch some grass. Honestly, do that. I might need to do that just to recover after watching this piece of shit. But on that note, we have more stuff coming soon. I already have pre-recorded shit coming out, so best believe this is not the last you'll be hearing of me complain about something stupid. But with all that being said, be safe, be healthy, and don't watch Madam Web.
If you three were up against the 3 Spider-Men, who would win?
Who would win? Yeah, wait, what? Have you seen my webs? Heard?
You like beating on girls? Like beating on old men?
What about my uncle? Did you give him a chance? Did you?
No, I just want to kill you myself.